Gross profit margin is a key profitability ratio that measures the proportion of money left over from revenues after accounting for the cost of goods sold. This ratio provides insight into how efficiently a company is producing and selling its products. Compared to other ratios in the profitability category, such as net profit margin or operating profit margin, the gross profit margin focuses solely on the direct costs associated with production. It excludes other expenses like operating costs and interest, giving a clearer picture of a company's core operational efficiency. Gross profit margin. To calculate the gross profit margin, you first need to determine the gross profit. Gross profit is obtained by subtracting the cost of goods sold from total revenue. Then, divide this gross profit by the total revenue to find the margin. This ratio is typically expressed as a percentage. In essence, it shows what portion of each dollar of revenue is retained as gross profit after covering production costs. Example: suppose a company, XYZ Corp., has total revenues of $500,000 and the cost of goods sold is $300,000. To calculate the gross profit margin. 1. First, calculate the gross profit. Subtract the cost of goods sold, $300,000, from total revenue, $500,000, resulting in a gross profit of $200,000. 2. Next, divide the gross profit, $200,000, by the total revenue, $500,000, which gives you 0.4 or 40% when expressed as a percentage. So, the gross profit margin for XYZ Corp is 40%. This means that for every dollar of revenue, 40 cents is gross profit, while 60 cents goes towards covering the cost of goods sold. Low gross profit margin. A low gross profit margin indicates that a company has a high cost of goods sold relative to its revenue. This situation can suggest that the company's products are not priced high enough, or it may be experiencing inefficiencies in production. A low margin can also be a sign of intense competition or rising production costs. For instance, if XYZ Corp had a gross profit margin of 10%, it might struggle with profitability and may need to investigate ways to lower production costs or adjust pricing strategies. High gross profit margin. A high gross profit margin signifies that a company retains a significant portion of revenue as gross profit, indicating efficient production and effective pricing strategies. High margins often reflect strong market position and cost control. For example, if XYZ Corp had a gross profit margin of 60%, it would suggest that the company is managing production costs effectively and/or pricing its products well above the production costs, leading to higher profitability. How can companies optimize gross profit margin? Improve production efficiency. Companies can focus on reducing production costs by optimizing processes, investing in better technology, or negotiating better terms with suppliers. Increase pricing power. By improving product differentiation or brand value, companies can justify higher prices without sacrificing sales volume, thereby increasing the gross profit margin. Reduce cost of goods sold. Companies should evaluate and manage the direct costs associated with their products. Reducing waste, improving inventory management, and sourcing cheaper raw materials can all contribute to a higher margin. Key takeaways. The gross profit margin is a vital indicator of a company's ability to manage production costs and pricing strategies effectively. Understanding this ratio helps in assessing operational efficiency and profitability. Gross profit margin measures profitability after accounting for direct production costs. A high margin indicates efficient cost management and strong pricing strategies, while a low margin suggests potential issues with production or pricing. Companies can optimize this ratio by improving production efficiency, increasing pricing power, and reducing the cost of goods sold.